Welcome back to Mastery of Your Panic, Anxiety, and Stress. Well, our thoughts play a huge role, not only in how we manifest in our life, but how we kick off that fight or flight mechanism. And when I get to the end of the series, I'm going to show you how we can use our thoughts in an incredible way, not to manifest fear and anxiety, but to manifest the life of our dreams. But for right now, it's important to give you a tool, and this is called cognitive restructuring. And this is how it works. So when I see clients who have come to me to work on stress, anxiety, and panic, I play a little game with them, and it's called Judge in the Courtroom. And I become the judge, and they become the defendant who comes up to the stand and they present their thought to me. Now, usually their catastrophic thought has a part to it that is a very definite, without question, is right. Like something, I describe it like a snowball that's going down a hill leading to an avalanche. So here they have a thought, and we start analyzing it to see if it's catastrophic and where the faulty piece of it. So they've got to present their evidence. So they come up with a thought, and I want you to take a moment and look at the thoughts that you have, that you are carrying inside of yourself that might be faulty. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to present it. So go ahead and present it to me. And I'm going to ask you, what is the evidence? Now, if you're in a courtroom, you need very specific evidence. So take a moment and provide me with the evidence. So if you don't have 100% evidence, that thought is going to be thrown out. And I call it a faulty thought. So did you really have 100% evidence there? Probably not. So I'm going to ask you now, are you ready to throw that thought out? And the answer is probably yes, because you're going to understand that it's a fear-based thought. And what fear really means is, a false expectation of reality is fear. So if you go around living your life in fear, not only could you be creating fear in your life, which I'm sure you are, but you're wasting precious life force worrying about things that may never happen. So that is what fear is. And when fear gets catastrophic, it equals panic. So what you want to do is clear any of these negative fear-based catastrophic thoughts through using cognitive restructuring, the judge in a courtroom. Now, I want you to become the judge, and you ask that thought, and you ask the defendant here, what is the evidence? You ask, is there any evidence? And probably, once again, you will find there is no evidence. So, bottom line, it's time to let go of those faulty thoughts and let them leave your life. Now, I'm going to give you a little technique for that. So quickly, I'd like you to go ahead and close your eyes. And I'd like you to imagine a white puffy cloud above your head. And I want you to start putting all of your faulty thoughts in this white puffy cloud. All of the faulty thoughts that are creating fear and anxiety in your life. And as you do, that cloud becomes an inky black. It's getting darker and darker, heavier and heavier. So go ahead and keep putting it in that cloud. And now as that cloud becomes full and becomes very, very heavy in a dark, inky black, you scan your body, and the question is, have you put in all of those faulty thoughts? And if the answer is yes, I'd like you to imagine a beautiful ray of sunlight coming from behind the cloud, and that cloud begins to break apart in pieces. And as it's breaking apart, it's also becoming thinner and less heavy, and it's starting to break into these little wisps of cloud. And I'd like you to imagine now the sun fully shining and a beautiful, gentle breeze blowing all the wispy clouds and pieces of clouds away. So say goodbye now to all of your faulty thoughts and say hello to the beautiful light of the sun. Join me in my next posting for more on stress, anxiety, and panic, and how you can master all of these states and enter a wonderful state of peace and calm in your life.